And we are live and we are back with another 2021 African Cup of Nations updates. And I do these live streams simply because I just can't keep up with all the action and carry on everyday life without actually burning the hell out. Because yesterday, I'm telling you, I was so tired, man. You know what I'm saying? I was so tired. I was supposed to actually do this already, but I said, you know what, I'm going to push it back on my day off where I could just sit back, relax, and just briefly talk about the games that I am yet to talk about. And those are the games from Tuesday and Wednesday this week. So we're going to get into those. We're going to talk a bit about the matches that's going to come up today to finish off the group stage. And I want to actually do something on the group stages, but the time, or like a review, but the time, a reaction to my, predictions and things. But it's time, man. Time is of the essence these days. So big up to everybody in the stream right now. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the live stream. Remember, today's stream is brought to you by the lovely folks over at manscaped.com, who are the best in men's below the waist grooming. You could head on over to the site, check out the performance package 4.0 and all the lovely accessories they have over on the site. Use the coupon code Dominic Rich to get yourself 20% off each and every one of your orders. Trust me, your balls would thank you. So without further ado, guys, let's get into the content, man. Time is of the essence. I do have some things to do. There's games to watch as well today, so let's not delay too much. But before we do, big up to everybody watching the stream right about now. We got Michael Olopido in the house. We got Samuel Staya, Betel in the house, Mohammed O'Day, and we have a few people watching as well. So let's go, man. Let's talk the African Cup of Nations, and let's continue to cover the tournament because the tournament deserves the coverage. Of course, it's being ignored by a lot of prominent people. So, we're not going to do that over here, though. So, look, the homepage, a multicultural display for the opening ceremony in Cameroon, January 10th. That's very old. But in terms of the new articles, Nigeria with full marks. Guinea Bissau says goodbye. Match facts, you have Mali coming up against Mauritania. Kaliu Fadiga, Group C was interesting. And you got the match center here. You got games coming up, some very important games coming up. Ivory Coast versus Algeria. And the Sierra Leone versus Equatorial Guinea game as well, where all teams are still alive at the tournament. And it's going to be a very, very, very interesting one. Gambia has been impressive on debut. They play Tunisia as well. So, look, today's matches will definitely be ones to watch. So look, let's get into the matches. Let's definitely get into the matches so far, and then we'll take a look at the table and all the teams that have qualified and the teams that have been eliminated as well. So look, I don't want to be super long today, so I'm going to get straight into the games that I am here to talk about. But you see, we have the brackets here right now where we have a few confirmed matchups where Burkina Faso will play Gabon on that side of the table. I'm actually happy that they do have this on the website. Really, really happy about this. Let me actually make this a bit smaller so you could see the entire thing. And you see Nigeria there awaiting the team that they have to play in the round of 16. Guinea as well. Cameroon as well. So, Cameroon and Nigeria on the same side of the bracket too. So, yeah, it's crazy, right? So, you see these teams could meet up like in the semis. And over on the other side, you got Senegal, Cape Verde, Morocco versus Malawi, who are confirmed entrance into round of 16. Egypt awaits, and the other two entrants over here. And we'll talk about that a bit later. But let's touch on the group phase that's not over as yet. And let's scroll all the way down to the games that were played on the the 18th and the 19th of January. All right, so the 18th, let's go from right here. Let's start with a match between Zimbabwe, Group B. Zimbabwe 2, Guinea 1. So despite Zimbabwe winning this game, they were already eliminated from the group stages, and Guinea were pretty much guaranteed a place into the next round, and they have qualified for the next round even with the loss. So look, in this game, I do think Guinea, they look the brighter, the two teams, but they just weren't clinical enough in front of goal. And Zimbabwe, of course, took their chances and came home with a consolation win, to say the least. So in this game, Knowledge Masuna in the 26th minute. I think that was from close range, a corner. And then we had Mr. Kaduk Washe Mahachi scoring in the 43rd minute. 2-0 to Zimbabwe. And early in the second half, Naby Keita scored a good one in the 49th minute to just, keep Guinea in the game, but it was to no avail. As I did mention, Guinea dominated the stats, 60 shots at goal, 4 on target, 64% of the ball, passed the ball pretty okay, better than Zimbabwe, who had 11 shots at goal, 4 on target, 36% possession, 241 passes with a 64% pass accuracy. Guinea had 8 corners to 1 Zimbabwe corner as well. So that is definitely something to note. But look, Guinea, they actually did better than I expected, to be honest. And they make it to the round of 16. And let's see how far they will go into the tournament. I don't expect them to go very, very far, if I'm being completely honest. And they await the runners-up from Group F. So in Group F, currently the runners-up are Mali, and it could be Tunisia, or it could be Gambia as well. So yeah, let's see who Guinea meets, and I think they would fancy their chances against any one of those teams in Group F, if you ask me. But it will be an interesting one. I think the AFCON in the round of 16 would be a very, very, very open tournament where anything could happen. We saw the group stages have been very, very, very open so far. We have giant killings. We have debutants performing very well. We have teams that have coming back from a long hiatus. In teams like Malawi, Sierra Leone doing well. We have Equatorial Guinea. We have a lot of underdogs doing very, very well at the tournament so far. And that's what makes tournaments more interesting, if you ask me, when the teams that you least expect to do well are doing, very, very well. So shout out to Zimbabwe on that win. The kit looks very, very good. I wanted to do something with the kits here for the AFCON, but I wasn't able to do so. Maybe next time around when I do have more time. But quality kits, man. Shout outs to the African nations for their innovative kits, very unique kits, and not template style like we see around Europe. So the article reads, despite 2 defeats in the first 2 matches, Norman Mapese's Zimbabwe won against Guinea 2-1 on Tuesday evening at the Amadou Ahidjo Stadium in Yaoundé. A historic meeting between the Warriors and the Silly National, since it was held by the Rwandan refugee Salima Makunsanga, who became the first female. That's another thing I was supposed to actually mention, and I'm glad I read this because, to be honest, it would have slipped me. So referee Salima Makunsanga became the first female referee to officiate a Total Energies African Cup of Nations match. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to pause this music and I'm going to go here and I'm going to give Salima a big round of applause, pioneering stuff for becoming the first female referee to officiate at an African Cup of Nations match. And I'm glad I'm here to talk about it. So hope we could see more of that in the future and more diversity. And something I have to say before I do move on, she's probably better than half the men out there, especially the one we saw in the Tunisia Mali game, right? You know what I'm saying? So shout outs to her, man, and all the best in the future. Maybe she deserved a couple more games. So yeah, big up to the boy Michael Talks Football, man, who says keep up the great work. AFCON full of surprises. Appreciate that, bro. I don't know if you're free. If you want to jump on, bro, you feel free to jump on and give your thoughts. You know, I would love that. We haven't really got to talk about the AFCON together. So I will definitely appreciate that if you're free, bro. But appreciate the €2 super chat. My boy Michael Talks Football, guys. Head on over to his channel. Check it out. He's covering the AFCON as well, doing watch-alongs and all that good stuff, man. So, lovely. So, bring up the music, Mr. DJ. Let's go, man. Let's continue this thing. You know what I'm saying? So, Michael says, Naby Keita has been one of the best players this tournament. Yeah, he has had a solid tournament, of course. And that's the reason why Guinea have performed, you know, so well beyond most expectations. And they're in the round of 16. That's very successful. You get out the group. That's already box checked off there for Guinea. So we're definitely going to keep it moving, guys. We have a lot more games to talk about. And we're going to move on from this. So what's next for Zimbabwe? Well, they just got to continue building and look forward to the next AFCON and, of course, the next World Cup in 2026, where they will look to make their debut. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things to look forward to. Don't hold your heads down. Guinea as well could continue to work on this platform towards the next AFCON and to also make their debut at the FIFA World Cup. So we're going to move on. We don't want to draw this out too long. But as I mentioned, for Guinea, in the round of 16, they await the runners-up from Group F. And then they would actually, in terms of the bracket, let's take a look at the bracket briefly. Let's just go back here. And you'll see the bracket for Guinea. They await the winner from the Cameroon game, where Cameroon would actually play the third place team from C or E. So Cameroon actually await the third place team from C or E. It could be Sierra Leone. It could be Equatorial Guinea. It could be, I don't think Algeria could come in third and qualify, if you ask me. You know, so it could, I think it's going to be one of, let's say, it could be Sierra Leone or Equatorial Guinea, if you ask me. One of them teams. Definitely one of them teams. Ivory Coast, they definitely advance, so we'll see. You don't want to complicate things too much. And for Group C, Comoros could be that team that Cameroon meets as one of the third place teams as well. So who else could meet a team from E in the next round? Let me just check and see. It could be Nigeria could also meet the team from E or F. So let's see how that one actually turns out according to who actually moves on to the next round. You see what I'm saying? That's one of the best third place teams. So let's go back to the group phase and let's move on to the next game. You know what I mean? Let me see. All right, Mike's busy. No problem, Mike. Another time we'll do that. Definitely another time. We'll try to organize something and have a chat about the AFCON, man. You know what I mean? Definitely. Big up to Terry. Jaima, how are you feeling? Big up to Adnan in the house as well. Mark John, Donovan McCrabb, everybody in here. Guys, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button for the stream, man. We're going to keep it moving. Definitely going to keep it moving. And let's move on to the next game. And let's go. Let me scroll down and find the next game first. And that's Malawi 0, Senegal 0. I have to give it to this Malawi team, though. I got to give it to them. I think I actually predicted Malawi to move on to the next round, too. So that was a quality prediction. Let me just pull out my book and see what my predictions were for this group. And I actually got to watch over the live stream to remember what I said about the third place teams as well. So not going to get too much into that one. But, yeah, I did predict Malawi to come in second in the group. Second. So for Malawi, what did they do in this group? Malawi, in their group, which is Group B, they came in third. So not bad at all. Not a bad prediction. I did predict Guinea to come in third and make it to the next round as well. So I did well in this group in terms of predicting who would move on and to predict Zimbabwe to come in fourth. So not bad at all. Not bad. But look, do we have to worry about Senegal? Should we worry about Senegal though? They have scored only one goal at the tournament so far, which is very poor. And that's that penalty by Sadio Mane that was given at the last minute of the game in the opening match there. And I'm like, Senegal, you gotta step your game up. 1-0 over Zimbabwe. I did predict that game to end in a draw. And Group B has been a very low-scoring group, to say the least. Very, very low scoring. Only the Zimbabwean games produced more than one goal, where Malawi did beat Zimbabwe 2-1 and Zimbabwe beat Guinea 2-1. So this group has not been the most exciting group, but maybe Senegal could say, hey man, we were heavily affected by the coronavirus and you know, the squad was depleted, the squad was affected, chemistry definitely not the same, cohesiveness thrown off, and Aliou Cisse could come up with all sorts of excuses for his team's lack of performance already in the tournament. But the crazy thing about Senegal is that they still top the group, which is absolutely amazing. Unbeaten with 2 draws and a win, still top the group. And the crazy thing about Senegal as well, guys, they didn't concede a single goal, which is absolutely an amazing feat if you really think about it. So they weren't hot, but they weren't cold as well. They were just in between, and they still managed to get the job done and navigate a very tricky group. When Malawi, I think, really made this group very interesting. So big shout outs to Malawi for picking up this 0-0 draw and going on in the tournament so far to you know what I mean, to impress and move on to the round of 16. Very, very quality stuff. I'm very impressed with Malawi. I gotta say that. Senegal, not so impressed with Senegal. Not so impressed. But maybe I'm being too harsh, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not looking at the bigger picture and the fact that they top the group and they move on to the next round. But still though, whatever they did in this group stages, it gotta be improved in the next round. They play Cape Verde. I think they got a kind draw if you ask me, because Cape Verde, they could be impressive, but they're also a team that, you know, yeah, you know what I mean? It's like they're manageable. You see what I'm saying? They're definitely manageable if you ask me. Definitely manageable. Definitely manageable. So, yeah, man. They're manageable. The crazy thing about it too, what I don't get is in terms of the brackets, right? Let's take a look at the brackets again. Let's take a look at the brackets, right? Not much to talk about in this game, but, you know, Senegal did get a few of their stars back. And Koulibaly came back, I think. And I saw Nampalys Mendy as well in the starting 11. Who else did I see in the starting 11 there? Idrissa Gueye came back. He didn't play the last game. Cheku Kouyaté picked up a yellow card and will miss the round of 16 match. Edouard Mendy came back into the fold. Seny Dieng dropped to the bench. So I think they have all their players fit and ready to go again. You know what I mean? Remember, there was a story that came out and says Pape Gueye was actually under investigation and he was banned from the tournament temporarily. Well, he actually played. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's a thing. So what I want to share with you guys is what I'm looking at here on Wiki, right? When you look at Wikipedia, this is the brackets, right? The brackets look lopsided on Wikipedia, right? Look at this. The bracket looks like this. This is one side, and this is the other side, right? That's according to Wikipedia, right? Where Guinea, the winner of the Guinea Group F runner-up game, will play the Cameroon third game, and yeah, right? But then when you go to the AFCON website, let's go back to the AFCON website, the bracket looks like this. The bracket looks like this where, you know, yeah, I think it's right. I think it is right. I think it is right. But on Wikipedia, it doesn't even, I don't see it showing Nigeria meeting Cameroon on one side though. Let's go back and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, I'm going back way too far there. I'm going back way too far. So where does it say that Nigeria will meet Cameroon here? It doesn't. Yeah, I think it does. I think it does. I'm bugging out. Does it? Yeah, I think it does. I think it does. Yeah, I am definitely bugging. It is early. I am bugging out. So, yeah, right here. right here. You know, do they? I don't even know. This is confusing. This bracket on Wikipedia is very, very confusing though. Very confusing. So I won't be using this bracket. I have to use the official bracket from the AFCON and this one, where Burkina Faso, Gabon, Nigeria, whoever they meet, will play each other, and then they would move on to the semis, the winner of that one, and the Guinea, Cameroon. So that's where Cameroon ends up meeting, could meet Nigeria. Am I right, guys? What are you guys saying in the chat right about now? What are you guys saying in the chat? It's crazy, right? It is crazy when you really look at the freaking brackets, right? I think it's dumb. I think it's very dumb the way Wikipedia has it set up. But we're going from the official website, and according to the official website, this is the bracket. This is who on the other side. Senegal, Cape Verde, Malawi, Morocco, you see? And they will go all the way to the final, whoever. And then Nigeria, you know, would meet Cameroon on the way to the final as well. You see? But on Wikipedia, from what I'm seeing, it is showing that those teams, you know, won't meet each other in the path to the final. That is what is showing on Wikipedia from my end. Or maybe I'm just not looking at it right. I don't know. I really don't know. It is just weird. It is just weird, man. It ain't weird. I think they just have it the wrong way. I think they have the Senegal, Cape Verde part of the bracket in the wrong place. Let me actually show you guys this again in case you want to check out Wikipedia for this. Let me show you guys exactly where they went wrong with this. Whoever set this up, right? You see this side of the bracket here? You see right here? This has to be taken out and switched with right here. Right here. This is wrong. Right here. This is wrong. This is wrong. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? Do you guys see what I'm talking about, right? Where it says Senegal, Cape Verde, and where it says Guinea runner-up, that should be switched. That should be switched. Unless the AFCON website got it messed up, though. That's a possibility. So thanks to Doug, man. Big up, Doug. The $5 super chat who says £5, I should say. Hello, Dom. Great content as usual. AFCON has been a wonderful tournament, and I'm covering it too. Lots of drama and great football. Definitely, guys, check out Doug, the Dugout Football channel for, you know, all your Premier League needs. And, of course, he is covering the AFCON. Doug, that's big on you to cover the AFCON, man. Most people would have just left that alone, not touched that, and continue their everyday life. You see what I mean? So yeah. So Donovan is saying maybe Wikipedia is right. You see what I'm saying? Well, only one of Nigeria, Cameroon will play the final. So I'm kind of conflicted here. Who's right in terms of the brackets here? I really don't know, man. I really don't know. So maybe I should check AFCON 21 bracket before we do move on. Let's clear this up before we do move on. AFCON 21 bracket, right? AFCON 21 bracket. Let me see. Let me just look that up quickly so we could really find out what's going on here. ESPN. Let me see. ESPN has the bracket as well. Let me see. Let me see round of 16. All right. Okay. We got the brackets. Let me see. So according to ESPN, right? Let me just let you guys know. Let me let you guys know. Round of 16. And they don't even have this set up properly though. You know what I mean? It just looks weird, man. But winner of 4 versus winner of 3. So that's B versus A. Winner of 1 versus winner of 2. Winner of 1 versus winner of 2. Which means Burkina Faso, Gabon would take on Nigeria versus whoever. And then we have 3 and 4 is Guinea versus who they meet, and Cameroon. So Guinea, Cameroon on the same side. Guinea, Cameroon on the same side. Yeah, this you know, Guinea, Cameroon on the same side. I think Wikipedia might actually be right. I think Wikipedia might be right. Is this AFCON messing up again? Is this Africa messing up again in terms of their website here? Because something's off here. Something is off. So let me just show you guys this. We're actually clearing this thing up. We're clearing this thing up right now. Sorry to actually, you know, go into this rabbit hole, but I'm confused ASF. You see what I mean? And let's take a look at this, right? Burkina Faso, Gabon is number 1, right? That's the number 1. That's definitely the number 1 round of 16 game. The number 2 round of 16 game is the Nigeria game. So Wikipedia is right with that one, right? The number 3 round of 16 tie is Guinea. Runners. Okay, so Wikipedia is wrong. The Nigeria. Let me see. No. The Senegal, Cape Verde. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. The Senegal, Cape Verde has to be switched with the Guinea game. That's what I'm saying. Because right now on ESPN it has Guinea as the Guinea's round of 16 game as the 3rd round of 16 game, and Senegal, Cape Verde as the 5th. But here you have Senegal, Cape Verde as the 3rd. So this is wrong on, it is wrong on Wikipedia. Wikipedia is wrong. Wikipedia is wrong. Okay? So we can't use this. like what is going on here? This is wrong. So don't use this, guys. We just debunked it. Do not use this. This is wrong. This is not the right this is not the right one. Which means you know, with that being said, which means Nigeria. Let me see. Let me go back again and see where the Cameroon one is. So the Cameroon matchup is the 4th. Cameroon is the 4th. Here, Cameroon is not the 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cameroon is the 6th. So Cameroon and the Guinea one goes on this side. You see what I'm saying? So these two have to be switched down here and these two go up. So Cameroon and Nigeria will meet on the path to the final if they both continue winning. And that is final. We're using the official website, and that's the AFCON website that has it right. Round of 16 matchup, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Debound. Harry Jameson. Yep, the dates seem right, but the positions are different. Indeed, we have, debunked that one, solved the mystery, and we are going to move on. But big up to everybody in here, man. Make sure you smash your thumbs up button and, appreciate the thing right about now. So, sorry for the hold up. Definitely sorry for the hold up, but I needed to do that because we tend to use Wikipedia for the information as well, but someone did not input that information correctly. So we touched on the two games from Group B. Senegal 0, Malawi 0, and we had Zimbabwe beating Guinea 2-1. So let's move on to the next group, and that's Group C. Gabon 2, Morocco 2. I gotta say, big props to Gabon because they managed to do all this without both Mario Lemina and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who's in the news for the wrong reasons. First, said they had COVID. Then they said they had heart problems. Then things came out saying that these guys had disciplinary problems and they were both, Aubameyang was sent home and Mario Lemina retired from the national team. Yeah, he did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he actually did, which is crazy when you really think about it, right? Crazy stuff. But it is what it is, though. Players retire all the time and then ends up coming out of retirement when they get over their feelings. So let's see how this one works out. But he's still young. He's a quality player. And he's been a journeyman of some sort lately in his career. And it didn't work out at the African Cup of Nations at all. And Gabon has done a lot better without them. So, one thing I noticed about Gabon as well, guys, I should actually be supporting the Gabonese international team because they have the same colors as my nation, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, yellow, green, and blue. So, shout outs to Gabon. And when I was watching the highlights for this game, I noticed it. I'm like, whoa, god damn. Am I watching St. Vincent and the Grenadines here? Am I watching my nation? But I can't just jump out and say I'm supporting Gabon. Who knows? I might just have Gabonese heritage in me. That might just be the case. That might definitely just be the case. So Gabon has definitely been impressive. Adnan is saying, I'm sure all of the brackets will be cleared up even on Wiki after today. Yeah, you're right. Definitely right. So in this game, Gabon 2, Morocco 2, we had Jim Alevina in the 21st minute. And that was actually a very comical goal where the Moroccan defender slipped. The ball from the goalkeeper, the defender slipped, went over his head, and Jim Alevina did the rest. Then Sofiane Boufal had a penalty in the 74th minute. At first, I think it looked like this one wasn't a penalty, but if you really go back and you look at it, it was a penalty. So it could be controversial. It could, opinions could differ. And then Aguerd with the own goal in the 81st minute. And Ashraf Hakimi with one of the goals of the tournament so far. That was brilliant to score from a set piece there. So definitely, well done by Morocco to come back in the game. But I have to say that Gabon were the more impressive team in this match. And you got to give it to them. Morocco has not really, get into gone through all the gears as yet, I should say. I think Morocco are now in like third gear, where they should have been there already, if you ask me. But they're one of the teams that have looked pretty decent at the tournament. I'm not going to go and say they look great, but they look decent. And that was not their strongest team as well, where Roman Saiz was on the bench and a few other players that started the opening games were on the bench, a Sofian Boufal, a Salim Amala, all these guys. You know, so Vahid Halidhodzic was just actually weighing out his options, seeing what he had for the next round. You know, so not a bad tactic to implement at all, but you know, they weren't at their best at all in this game. Just gotta keep it real. And the opening game, they weren't at their best either. They really weren't, but they still managed, definitely still managed to pick up a win, scrape that win in that game there against Ghana, the eliminated Ghana, where they won the game a 1-0. So, look, Morocco finished top of the group with 7 points, unbeaten, with a 1-0 win over Ghana, a 2-0 win over Comoros, and a 2-2 draw, with Gabon being the first time they concede in the group. Gabon, on the other hand, very, very impressive, man, to come in second in this group. I did not predict this at all. My predictions was actually Morocco first, Ghana second, Comoros third. Well, I did get the Comoros third right, and the Gabonese team to place dead last in the group. But they managed to prove me wrong and come in second and move on to the round of 16, where in the round of 16 they already have their matchup against Burkina Faso. So all the best to Gabon. They do have a nice path to the quarterfinal there, but they will meet one of Nigeria or whoever they play if they do continue winning their games. So it's going to be a difficult tournament for Gabon to win, I have to say. For Morocco, they find themselves on the other side of the bracket, where they will play a very tricky Malawi team, but they should fancy their chances going in there as the big guns. But Malawi, as the underdog, would look to continue, you know, knocking off teams at the tournament. So, well played overall for Morocco. You can't be overly critical and say, yeah, you know what I mean? It's only the group stages. We could see the best of Morocco in the next round for sure. So, according to the article here, Morocco sealed top spot with hard-fought Gabon draw, having to come from behind as well, which gives them something else, you know, another element at the tournament where sometimes you have to fight for your win in the opening game against Gabon. You might do it a bit more comfortable against Comoros, and then you have a situation where you have to come from behind to get a draw against Gabon. So you've seen it all at the tournament, so you tried, you tested for when you get to the real deal, the knockouts, you know what to do and you know your best team. I hope for Vahid Halidhodzic, he knows his best team coming up against a Malawi team, because there's, you know, that's a recipe for disaster right there. So the Atlas Lions of Morocco twice came from behind to draw Gabon 2-2 and finish top of the Group C at the Total Energies African Cup of Nations Cameroon 2021. Look, Bupenza has been very impressive at the tournament so far, and Gabon are unlucky not to actually go on and top this group, where for them, you know, if they had topped the group, playing Malawi, I think, would have been, you know, a much, let's say, easier draw than they have there, because Burkina Faso, they're very, very tough nut to crack. So with that said, we are definitely going to move on from this one. Don't want to draw it out too long. But what are you guys saying in the chat right about now? Big up to Ibrook, who says, damn, don't you support Brazil though? Well, you see, it's the African thing. That's why I said Gabon. I never noticed Gabon's colors were actually like St. Vincent's colors. You see what I'm saying? And Brazil as well. But, you know, we are no Brazil. We are definitely no Brazil. But big up to everybody. Nippon, how are you doing if you're still in here? Mr. Bankole in the house. Elijah Lawson, City fan, Mohammed Ode, Jamie Harrison. Who else we got in here? Terry, how are you doing? Everybody, Adnan in the house. Make sure you guys like the video. Guys, let's get the stream to 50 thumbs up. We've been live for 40 minutes now. Okay, so let us move on, and then we could talk about some, the games that's coming up today. Starts in about 51 minutes time, and let's not be live when that happens. Okay, so let's go back to the games right about now. And yeah, so the brackets on here is definitely right, guys. You see Morocco, Malawi, they will play the winner of the Senegal Cape Verde game. So that's how it is right now. According to Wikipedia, Morocco, Malawi will play the winner of the Egypt game. You see what I'm saying? You see exactly what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about? You see exactly what I'm talking about. You see what I'm talking about, man? So that's the thing with the Wikipedia site. It's just bad, man. It's just bad right now. Whoever did that didn't put it in properly. They didn't do it properly at all. So, yeah, 5 versus 8. That's let me see something. 5 versus 8. That's 5. Senegal Cape Verde versus 8. Let me see. The 8 one is, just looking at something really quick here. Group F. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So Senegal, Cape Verde, Malawi, Morocco, according to these brackets. To be honest, I don't know if everything's right. I really don't know what's going on. Everybody has something different. Egypt's side of the, over here, I really don't know. We'll just wait until everything's finalized to really get into this right now. So let's just talk about the games that we have, completed and what we know so far. Guys, it seems like it's a big screw up in terms of, I really don't know what's right and what's wrong in terms of the information. So, yeah, let's continue. Let's definitely continue. Let's talk about one of the biggest upsets of the tournament so far, if not the biggest. And one of the biggest letdowns of the tournament so far, if not the biggest. But before I do get into this, Ghana 2, Comoros 3, I like to make the point and say, Ghana, you had this coming. This is what you call karma. This is karma at its finest. This is karma for Ghana. This is karma for Ghana. Remember what happened in the game against South Africa in the World Cup qualifiers, where they had a penalty, and that penalty was never supposed to be a penalty. A draw, from what I could recall, would have taken South Africa through to the last round. And Ghana needed to win the game, which they ended up winning 1-0 because of a suspect penalty where a player barely touched Daniel Amate on his shoulder, and Daniel Amate crumbled under whatever pressure he felt. And we even saw a situation where a penalty was actually taken away. Was that penalty taken away from Malawi, I think, if I'm not mistaken? I think so, I think so. I didn't mention that one, but a penalty was taken away from Malawi simply because of a situation like that where the player went down in the box and the penalty was given and then taken back. The penalty was taken back because it was deemed not enough contact on the player. And I'm like, this does not make any sense. That should have been a penalty. That was more clear-cut than the penalty that was given in the Ghana-South Africa game. So, Ghana, you had it coming. You were stink at the whole tournament. You were rotten at the whole tournament. And You got to focus on that World Cup qualifying game, the games that's coming up in 2 months' time, in March, right? You had it coming, man. You had it coming. I think it was very dishonest of Daniel Amate to go down that easy. You know, they say what goes around comes around. And Ghana were not good at the tournament at all. Not very good. Lost the opening game narrowly against Morocco. They drew their second game, which was like, what? What are you guys doing? You see what I'm saying? You got to win these games. Against Gabon. 88-minute sitting. Mr. Alevina being a hero for Gabon at the tournament so far. But Ghana should have never allowed that goal to be scored that late. They should have won that game, and they would have stood a chance to be one of the best third-place teams and then get something against Comoros, right? They should have. They really should have, though. But the disaster really happened 4 minutes into the game, where Ben Nabuani scored Comoros' first ever goal at the African Cup of Nations. That was a brilliant goal. He had Suleimana to actually pick out and chose to go on his own to beat the fourth-tier goalkeeper that plays for Ghana, right? It's ridiculous. It is. I think it's actually ridiculous that you have Wallacott in goal, who plays for Swindon Town, fourth-tier of English football. Like Ghana, can't you do a lot better than that? Seriously, can't you do better than that? No disrespect to Wallacott at all, but Ghana, you could do a lot better than that, though. So whose ever decision it is to actually start him in goal, I don't think it paid off at all. I really don't think it paid off. But early goal by Comoros, definitely. Very, very good start to the game. They did what they had to do to put Ghana on the back foot. And then things got worse for Ghana when Andre Ayew got sent off. I actually think it was a very, very harsh red card. I think it was a harsh red card because he did go for the ball. He, I think, won the ball, and then the follow through hit the goalkeeper in his face. The goalkeeper had to be substituted as well. So maybe that actually, made it worse. You know what I'm saying? It made it worse, the fact that the goalkeeper was in such pain and he had to be switched out. And Andre Ayew's dismissal did not really help. They did manage. You got to give it to them, though. They did manage to come back in the game after going 2-0 down, where Ahmed Mogni scored a brilliant goal. Brilliant. These goals by Comoros, very, very impressive. But 2 minutes later, Richmond Bowake scored in the 64th minute. That was also, a good goal. Set-piece goals. Ghana with 10 men were fighting hard, doing their thing. And you got to give them credit for the character that they showed throughout the game, though. Header for Richmond Bowake. And then we had Alexander Jiku scoring another a goal there. Right-footed goal set up by Thomas Partey. 2-2. And at that moment, I'm like, okay, Ghana could actually win this game. But 2 points would not have been good enough, so they had to go for the game. So with them overcommitting players, they really got caught out at the end there. Look, that run by the player Yusuf, that was a brilliant run. That was a commanding run over on the right, and the cross into the box just sliced up and diced up the Ghanaian defense, and Ahmed Mogni scored his second goal of the game and second goal of the tournament to knock Ghana out of the African Cup of Nations. I didn't predict this, but what I did say is that one or two big teams will get knocked out at in the tournament's group stage. And it happened. It happened. We have one so far. Faiz Suleimani will not feature in the round of 16 if Comoros do go through as one of the best third place teams. And right now, they are fourth in terms of that. But what they don't have working for them is that Sierra Leone will play today. Sudan already knocked out. Tunisia are in a very strong position to get one of those third place teams, third place spots, even if they do lose their game. And let me make sure I check the Tunisia. Yeah, because Mauritania are eliminated. So Tunisia more than likely will get one of those places because of their goal difference over the Comoros Islands. But it's Sierra Leone, though. It is Sierra Leone who has been very impressive at the tournament. Will play Equatorial Guinea, and both Equatorial Guinea and Sierra Leone with a draw would actually move on, I think, if Algeria fails to win. If Algeria fails to win, Sierra Leone, a draw would be good enough for Sierra Leone. But we'll save that until we talk about the Algeria situation. So for Comoros, they await that. And for them, they will be hoping that Comoros gets this, Sierra Leone gets destroyed in the match against Equatorial Guinea for them to actually move on. So they will be watching that game closely, because a draw puts Sierra Leone ahead of Comoros if Sierra Leone does manage to come in third in the group. So Comoros, they'll wait. It would be nice if they go through, but I have a feeling they won't. I just have a feeling Comoros would miss out barely because of losing those 2 matches before they picked up that victory over Ghana. But Ghana, man, disappointing. Very, very disappointing, to say the least. They had to do better. They really had to do better. Against Comoros, a debutant, you had to do better, Ghana, man. You really had to do better. I know a draw would not have put you through, but at least a draw would have been, it would have looked more respectable, you know what I'm saying? But a loss like that, and the way you lost the game, nah, man, not very encouraging. And right now, teams are hoping that they would draw Ghana in the third round of the African World Cup qualifiers. They're hoping that. Big up to Comoros. I like their kit. Looks really good. Very colorful. On the sleeves, the trims there look very, very colorful. The socks and everything. So they have performed, admirably at the tournament so far, man. But look, these guys, not it at all. Not it. They're not it. They're not it. Very, very disappointed in the way Ghana played. But as I said, they had their share of karma coming to them. So we're definitely going to move on, where both these teams may not actually qualify for the round of 16. So let's go back to the games. But before we do, big up to everybody watching the stream right about now. Make sure you guys smash up the thumbs up button for the live stream. Appreciate the support, the continued support on the channel, man. It's not easy covering the African Cup of Nations. I just want to put it out there. You guys should know that. Don't forget, this stream is brought to you by the lovely folks over at Manscaped. Head on over to the site. Use the coupon code Dominic Rich to get yourself 20% off plus free shipping on all your orders. Trust me, your balls would thank you. It's a new year. Treat yourself. Get your confidence up and all the good stuff. So let us move on, man. Let us move on. Let us definitely move on. Go back to the group phase. We have 2 more games to touch on. Those games from yesterday. Not really much to really talk about, but we have to talk about them as well. So Guinea-Bissau 0, Nigeria 2. I have to say, Nigeria has been the most impressive team at the tournament so far. Them along with the host Cameroon, but Nigeria are just, a level above Cameroon so far, in my opinion. And it's a pity that both these teams cannot meet in the finals, and we'll have to see them where? Maybe in the semis? It's just a pity, because those are the 2 best teams at the tournament so far. Umar Sadiq in the 56th minute starting this game, and William Chust Ikong in the 75th minute. VAR had to come in. Goal was given. But I was very impressed with the performance of Moses Simon. Very, very, very electric performance by Moses Simon there. And, he'll probably, get a move this summer after this performance in the AFCON. The AFCON will make a few stars, will bring a few players to prominence, and I think Moses Simon, who has been around for some time, could definitely, you know, his agent's phone will actually be busy in the near future because he has been very, very impressive at the tournament, man. Look, Guinea-Bissau, you didn't do too bad, but I did predict this one to actually happen, man. I did predict Egypt and Nigeria to move on, but Egypt to top the group, Nigeria second. And I did say that, from what I could recall, I did say that we could see a situation where none of Sudan or Guinea-Bissau go on to the next round, and they won't because they only got 1 point apiece. So those teams have been eliminated, and it makes things a lot easier for the other third place teams from the other groups. So not much more to add on this, but you know, you gotta definitely give props to the Nigerian interim manager Egwovoen, who's done a very commendable job, but he won't be staying on as a permanent manager. Jose Pesero will be the permanent manager. And this Nigerian team are looking good, man. They're looking really good. Very, you know, star-studded lineup. Even missing a few big players in Victor Osimhen. You know, he comes to mind. He's the first name that definitely comes to mind. There's one or two other notable absentees as well. But we're not going to go down a rabbit hole right about now. Peter Etebo comes to mind. You know, he's been injured for some time. You know, Emmanuel Dennis could be in that picture as well. And Odiani Gallo as well, you know, definitely comes to mind. But look, admirable performance by Nigeria. As I mentioned, they have been the best team at the tournament so far. And before the tournament, they were actually the favorites to go on to win it, believe it or not. Despite Algeria's great run coming into the tournament, it was Nigeria the favorites to do so. So we're not going to stay too long and draw this one out at all. But if we actually go back here and we take a look at the brackets again. Let's take a look at the brackets, definitely. Take a look at the brackets on here. I don't want to do that too much, you know, but it is what it is. Nigeria will play the winner of, if they do win their game, we'll play the winner of Gabon versus Burkina Faso. And for Nigeria, they await the third place team from Groups E or Group F, where that could be one of Tunisia, Mali, or that could be Gambia. And Group E, it could be Equatorial Guinea, Sierra Leone, or Algeria as well. One of those teams. Well, as I mentioned, I don't think Algeria, it won't be Algeria. They won't come in third if they win their game. They definitely won't come in third if they win against. If they beat the Ivory Coast, they will definitely go ahead of them. So they won't come in third. So it won't be Algeria versus Nigeria for sure. It won't be them. But look, let's see who Nigeria will play. I think whoever they play would have a big task on their hands. So look here. Definitely going to move on to the next game. And that's the game between Egypt and Sudan. Let's go back where Egypt won that game 1-0. Look, shout outs to Egypt, man. They have got better as the tournament has progressed. They definitely got better. I'm not saying they have been very, very impressive, but they've been better. They lost their opening game, but they have fought back well. And even with that narrow victory in the game against, let me just jog my memory, against Guinea-Bissau. Very, open, very difficult game against Guinea-Bissau that they won via the Mo Salah goal. When I tuned in, it was 0-0. But they lost the opening game to Nigeria and won narrowly against Sudan. So defensively, they have only conceded once. In attack, they scored twice. So Carlos Queiroz's boys have not played badly at the tournament so far. it's been a a slow build, if you want to look at it that way. So Nigeria, the only team to move on so far with perfect points, and will be the only team to pick up perfect points in the group stages as well. So that's why I say they're the best team. And it's not only by the points tally, it's just by the way they have played. But Egypt, as I mentioned, they have definitely grown in confidence. They have Salah, on the score sheet already. And, they're not playing too badly at all. So in this game, Egypt won, Sudan 0. Mohamed Abdel Monen with the goal in the 35th minute. And Sudan, they put up a good fight. They'll get 8 shots at goal, 1 on target. But I don't think they were ever going to beat Egypt, man. You see what I'm saying? I don't think they were going to beat Egypt. And they were ranked outliers in the group. And they were the least favorites to actually move on against powerhouses Nigeria and Egypt. So Egypt through as second, Nigeria through as first. And for Egypt, their team, they will play the winner of Group E. So Egypt awaits the winner of Group E, who could actually be Ivory Coast. It could be Algeria. It could be Equatorial Guinea. Let's say Ivory Coast and Algeria draw their game and Equatorial Guinea picks up a win in their game over Sierra Leone. Then Equatorial Guinea goes on to top the group, which would be nuts when you think about it, and play Egypt. That won't be a good reward by, topping the group. So, you know what I mean? So it could be a situation where we see the Ivory Coast versus Egypt, or it could well be Algeria versus Egypt if we see a draw in. Well, let me see. I don't think Algeria won't be able to top the group if Equatorial Guinea wins their pick up a draw in their game. Equatorial Guinea would need to lose. It would be difficult for Algeria. Won't be able to top the group. They won't be able, because if Algeria wins, they will go ahead of Ivory. Ivory Coast could end up and actually finish third in the group if they lose the game against Algeria. Because if Equatorial Guinea then goes on to, let's say, win their game against Sierra Leone, or Sierra Leone win the game, it's a lot of permutations in Group E. Group E is still very much wide open there. So that's what's up, though. That's what's up. So look, what we're going to do, right, guys, we're going to land the plane. But before we do, let's take a look at the games that's coming up in about half hour. Let's take a look at those games, because those are very, very important matches to finish off the last 2 groups. I think that's Groups E and Group F. And let's just see what's going on in those groups right now. So, look, we have Ivory Coast, Algeria coming up in half hour time. That'll be a great game to do a watch along to. But I have some things to do, so I won't be doing a watch along to those games. Sierra Leone, Equatorial Guinea. Big doubleheader. Big doubleheader in the group. Played at the same time so that there won't be any collusion or anything. Both games are huge in the grand scheme of things. Are we going to see a situation where Algeria gets eliminated? I'm not convinced by the Ivory Coast. I'm not. Especially after that, performance there against that performance there against Sierra Leone. I'm not impressed at all with the Ivory Coast. Not at all. Narrowly beat Equatorial Guinea. Give up the lead against Sierra Leone. The horrible goalkeeping error. And you're coming up against Algeria with their back against the wall. It could just get worse here for the Ivory Coast. They will move on. They will definitely move on into the round of 16. That's a given. That's definitely a given. But in what position? In which position will they move on, though? You see what I'm saying? So, look. This one is hard to call, man. Why am I being put in this position? I don't want to predict this game. I really don't want to predict this game. But Algeria has not been impressive at all at the tournament so far. Not at all. I don't want to go and say they're going to get knocked out and then they go and destroy the Ivory Coast. I think they're playing the right team. They're playing the right team. The right team. They need a win. A draw won't be good enough. So Mahrez and Ben Sibayani, Belaili, Benacer, Budnija, Ishmael, you know, what's his name? Islam Slimani, Brahimi. The team is so decked out with star-studded players and they have 1 point in 2 games. Jamel Belmadi, you have a problem on your hands. Would the Algerian board actually sack him if they fail to win not win, but get out the group? Remember, they're the holders. I don't think they should go as far as sacking him, to be honest. They have the World Cup game coming up. I don't think they should actually sack him. But it's not looking good for Algeria, though, going into those World Cup matches and going into this game against the Ivory Coast. Look, boy, look. I don't know. I don't know if the Ivory Coast are going to lose this game, though. That's the thing. Because even if they've not been overly impressive, they haven't been bad. They haven't been Ghana. Damn. Guys, what are your thoughts? What I want to hear what you guys got to say here. What do you guys got to say? I want to hear what you guys got to say. Algeria haven't scored this tournament either. Yes, Doug. That's the thing. It's very, very hard to predict them to move on where they haven't scored. They haven't been impressive. It is hard. It is hard, though. It is hard, though. Algeria getting knocked out. Algeria getting knocked out of the tournament. They're getting knocked out. They're getting knocked out. The game is going to end in a draw. Algeria will be knocked out today. 1-1 draw. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. Thank you very much. Send Mahrez back early. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Without a blemish, just send him back. Send him back. Thank you very much. We'll take him back. And we'll continue, quest to win the title this season. Champions League and all that good stuff. Thank you very much. We'll have him back. We'll have him back. Algeria does not win this game against the Ivory Coast. And they will be eliminated along with Ghana in the group stages of the tournament to be one of the biggest upsets in African Cup of Nations history, where the champion failed to move on to the second phase of the tournament. Algeria will be eliminated. Okay? Eliminated. They have not been good enough. I do not see the Ivory Coast losing the game. Too much quality. I'm not saying they're going to blow Algeria away, but too much quality to lose. Too much quality to lose. You're talking about Zaha, Kone. You're talking about Nicolas Pepe, Sebastian Haller. You see what I'm saying? Max Gradle, he didn't play the last game. Jean-Michel Seri. You see what I'm saying? This team, Frank Kessié. The team is way too stacked up. Way too stacked up to lose. Thank you very much. Send Mahrez back, and I'll appreciate it. Algeria knocked out. This other game is difficult to call as well. The Sierra Leone Equatorial Guinea match. But a draw would favor both teams. Sierra Leone would leapfrog Comoros as one of the best third place teams and will go through to the next round. Equatorial Guinea would go on to play second in the group behind the Ivory Coast and move on to the next round as well, where in the next round, runner-up in Group E will actually play the winner of Group F. So they would await the winner of Group F. That could be Gambia, Tunisia, or Mali. So the tournament is shaping up very nicely. I can't wait until the next round, man. I can't wait until the next round. I actually want to take some time tonight, after I pick my wife up from work and everything's settled. And I want to get a prediction video for the round of 16 out very early. You see what I'm saying? Because that is when I think the tournament really starts to heat up, in the round of 16. This one's hard to call, but I have to make a call. So, look, this one is definitely hard, man. Sierra Leone has been impressive, and so has Equatorial Guinea. To get that win against Algeria, how impressive, you have to be to get the win against Algeria. Very impressive. So, yeah. Ooh. God damn. Make the call. I'm going to predict the draw again. 2 draws. Both Sierra Leone and Equatorial Guinea go through. Algeria knocked out the Ivory Coast through to the round of 16 as well. And let's move on to the Group F games where we're going to land the plane finally. Gambia versus Tunisia. Impressive Gambia. Very, very impressive. Gambia on top the group right now. Mali will take on Mauritania. And let's do the easier one first. I think Mali are going to beat Mauritania. Mali will beat Mauritania. And they would actually, put themselves in a very good position to top the group here. So, if they top the group, they will play the runner-up from the previous group, which could be the Equatorial Guinea. And, guys, these ties are wide open. The round of 16 matchups, a lot of them are wide open. So, yeah, it's a lot of work to do today, man. I do have to do a Premier League live stream a bit later. I think I might actually, I don't know, man. I might actually have to push that one back to tomorrow. I don't know, man. I don't know if I have enough time to prep the live stream and everything. I don't know. I have more things to do today as well. I'm a busy man. I've been grinding. So, look. Mali will beat Mauritania. I think Mauritania will, go out of the tournament without any points and without scoring any goals as well. They might be the worst team at the tournament in terms of, points and performance and everything. So, I'm going to go for Mali to beat Mauritania. I'm going to say 2-0. Tunisia, however, has not been impressive at the tournament. And I've been reading that they have a few COVID cases as well. Which means it's going to take a mammoth effort to beat Gambia, who has been very impressive so far at the tournament as debutants. Very, very impressive. Very impressive. Am I going to go as far as to say Gambia beats Tunisia? Yes. Gambia does beat Tunisia in this game. I'm going to go for them to beat Tunisia. Big upset, giant killing. But I'm telling you, this Gambian team has been so impressive. And they do have so much quality that most of us didn't even know about before the tournament started. Moussa Barrow has been a revelation at the tournament so far. Abli Jallow has been very good at the tournament so far. You see what I'm saying? You have Modu Barrow on the bench as well. I didn't even know. I didn't even realize he was at the tournament. You have Mr. Omar Colley, who does play for Sampdoria. So there's a lot of quality in their team. Syria quality. And not to mention Cisse up top. You know what I'm saying? So they have been good. Goalkeeper has been solid in Job. Overall, they have put out a very, very quality performance at the tournament so far. What I was really impressed with I think that was a game between them and Mali, where they did get a late penalty to draw the game. It was those free kicks from distance, man. The balls on these dudes to take those free kicks from way out and hit the post. You see what I mean? So I was like, God damn. But yeah, you see this Algerian fan noisy DZ in here? Bro, calm yourself down, bro. Calm yourself down. Algeria could go on to win the game and go on to the round of 16. But we have not seen that from Algeria so far at the tournament. We have not seen the Algeria that could say, blow the Ivory Coast away. You see what I mean? We're going on merit here. We're not going on history. We're not going on the fact that they're AFCON holders. We're not going on the fact that they went 35 games unbeaten, taking out the Arab Cup matches. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the fact that Algeria got spanked in the last round by Equatorial Guinea, and they have failed to pick up a single win or score a single goal at the tournament so far. That's what we're talking about. That is what we're talking about. Big up to Sydney football in the house as well. I like Algeria. I like the Algerian team. Mahrez is my player. I have nothing against Algeria, but we're talking on merit here. They do not move on to the next round, in my opinion. They don't. The tournament need a little spice, and I think the Ghana elimination and Algeria being eliminated would be the icing on the cake there for the tournament. So, look, guys, the games are about to start in about 15 minutes. I have some things to do as well, and I'll be tuning into that game. I'll be multitasking, and I think, you know, we're going to have some good games on our hands here. I will try to come back and talk about the group stages maybe tomorrow night, but I want to get like a prediction video out for the round of 16, like early. I'm talking about a proper, well edited and everything, well produced prediction video. See what I'm saying? See, like something like that mock draw video that I put out yesterday, something like that. Well, I use I'm not live, and I use my camera and actually, you know, go into production and stuff. I want to do something like that. I think the AFCON deserves that, and I should have done that for the group stages. Last African Cup of Nations, I made a big video for the AFCON where I predicted the entire tournament, and then it ended up being one of my most successful videos ever in terms of revenue, and it ended up getting 65,000+ views in 2019. It did really good, and I should have replicated it. I should have done it. I should have did it again, but there was so much uncertainty over the African Cup of Nations that I was like, I don't want to do it, and then the AFCON doesn't happen. I should have done it anyway. I should have done it. But guys, we need 5 more likes to get to 50. Make it happen. I will appreciate that. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. Okay? Feel free to ask, because I'm about to get out of here. Big up to MVP Kevin in the house, man. Yeah, Ghana has let their fans down big time, man. Definitely. So, listen, Noisy Dizzy, as much as you want to talk, bro, the table reads, let me go back. Let me show you. Let me show you something. No matter how much you want to talk, bro, and no matter what you want to say, this is what the table reads right now, bro. This is what the table says. Algeria at the bottom of the group, and I think they're going to go out of the tournament at the bottom of the group. I might come back to eat my words, but you got to make the tough calls. Algeria are going to finish last in the group, man. Sad, but it just might happen. Okay? So, look, guys, I'm about to get out of here, man. Can you check the lineups for the matches and who will start? Big up to Ivan LFC in the house as well. How are you doing? So, Mr. AD is telling us to check the lineups. Let's check the lineups really quick. I should have been doing this, but guys, let's wait until the World Cup comes around to all this stuff. You know what I mean? Where we're gonna do build up to games and everything. And I'm trying to get. I do have some vacation, you know, during the World Cup, but I'm trying to get them pushed up a bit from the start. I want to do the group stages, which will be the biggest part of the tournament, though. I want to do the group stages. The tournament do kind of, you know, the interest kind of start to wane a bit into the round of the knockout stages because there's less teams. I've seen it, you know. I've definitely seen it where less countries, you know, are in the tournament. So yeah. So this is the lineup. Sangare in goal for the Ivory Coast. He's back, guys. He's back in goal. Aurier, Kusunu, Simandeli, Conan, Ibrahima Sangare, Jean-Michel Seri, Frank Kessier with Pepe, Sebastian Haller, if you hear me, and Max Gradle back in the team. And on the bench, you have the likes of Zaha to come off the bench. You have Maxwell Carnet. You have Jeremy Boga, player that we've not really spoken about. Eric Bailly on the bench. Seri Die, Christian Kouame, No way this team loses to Algeria, in my opinion. I don't care who they start. Mahrez, Benrahma from the start. Quality there. Bounedjah ahead of Slimani. Belaili over on the left. Zerouki, a player that I've spoken about before the tournament. Look out for him. And Benacer in the middle. Star-studded backline with Atal, Mandi, Bensebayani, Mboli, and Bedrani. So, look, I'm surprised not to see this guy right here from the start. Where is he at, man? Is he suspended? He might be suspended. I think he's suspended. I think Ben Lamry might be suspended for this game. Yeah, I think he just might be suspended for this game, though. Let's check really quick for the last Algerian game there. Equatorial Guinea. We go back to the lineup there. Ben Lamry, he was taken off, so he might have an injury. Ben Lamry, the veteran, might have an injury there. So, yeah. So, that's the lineups, man. We're not going to check the lineup for the other game because not like you guys know the players anyways. But it comes to a time where I gotta leave you, man. An hour 20 minutes. I was only planning to do about 45 minutes because I got some things to do. And I appreciate everybody who tuned in. Guys, while you're here, brace yourselves. Today's the 20th. In the next week, from now until the end of the month, World Cup qualifiers, baby. And I'm pretty sure squads are out already. I didn't take a look at squads. World Cup qualifiers daily coming back. We have AFCON. We have the league. We have things. There's a lot of work to be done, man. I'm telling you, it's a lot of work. That's why you got to support the YouTubers, man. A lot of work, man. Or the content creators, whatever you want to call us. You got to support the thing. A lot of work to put in. We get the work done. And we give you another opinion. Not the opinion from the people on TV. We say what we want to say. And, you know, you guys come and you're able to be part of the community. So, it's a lot of work. It's hard work. And I don't think we rewarded enough. Me, I could speak for myself. And if you want to be rewarded enough, you have to build a big team and you have to like just be putting on content crazy. And it got to be the only thing you're doing. You see what I'm saying? So right now it's not sustainable in life for me to be only doing this. But I'm working on maybe taking a year off from punching the clock and just doing whatever I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So maybe in 2026 I'll be able to achieve that. So look, man, guys, I do appreciate the support. We have World Cup qualifying games coming up, as I mentioned. We have Premier League. Next month is going to be busy. Club World Cup, Champions League. I think there's World Cup qualifiers again. So even though January has been definitely a slow month, I look back at my analytics last year for January, slow as well. So it's just January. January is just a slow thing, man. You know what I mean? Where budgets are getting, you know, new budgets are being put in place, new plans. That's just where everything, you know, takes shape in January. But from February, we're going to start to see a lift off and everything. You know what I mean? Look, as much content as I put out, I think I could do a lot better in terms of the variation, things I could talk about. But it's only 24 hours in a day and I'm only one man and it's very difficult. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? I would want to do more watch-alongs, but when you have a family and everything and a career, you know, outside of YouTube, it's very difficult. I'm telling you that. It's very difficult. But guys, look, I have some things to do. The game's about to start in 8 minutes. And I appreciate everybody who tuned in. Ivan LFC, Donovan McCrabb, Bethel, AD, Sydney Football, Sebastian Ujoa, Perez, Noisy DZ, everybody who came through, Adnan, everybody who came through, man. Look, if you're in here and I'm not shouting you out, MVP Kev, Victory, George, everybody who came through, I appreciate you 100%. Don't forget the stream is brought to you by the lovely folks over at manscaped.com who are the best in below the waist men's grooming. Get your confidence way past 100. Start doing the best practices in terms of personal hygiene, and Manscaped could help you achieve that and get you to levels unachieved before. So use the coupon code Dominic Rich to get yourself 20% off. Plus free shipping. All the links would be in the description box down below. Trust me, your balls would thank you. So subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. Leave me a comment in the comment section. Share the video. Do all of those good stuff. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. Peace. We talk, guys. We talk.